The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Okay, I got stories.
What's up, GoreCasters, and welcome back here to the GoreCast on Sunday with myself and my homeboy to the left of me, the Giz. Yeah.
Hi.
I got that
Here
shit right.
Hi, everybody.
Fuck yeah. Okay, we have 6 people watching. 3 people have said hello. One being Mike, who is one of the new presenters on the Shizdo. So hello, Mike, and my beautiful fiance Pam. Hello, Pam. And Charlene, who we haven't seen in ages.
Hi, Charlene. Hello.
Who's the other person watching, or is that me?
Who other person watching? Bear in mind, I'm looking through the computer currently, so I'm unaware of anyone that's watching, unless they've said hello.
Oh, okay. In that case, I see Pam, I see Mike, I see Charlene, and I think that's it for now.
Okay, I said all of those people.
Okay, that's
good.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Anyway.
Good start.
Yep. We got this. We got this.
Anyway, I got a little bit more sharing out to do.
Sunday.
So, yeah, it's Easter Sunday.
This marks a very rare occasion.
You're not shitbagged on Easter.
Exactly, because I wasn't at a siege today.
Shitbagged and full of metal music.
And booze and
Well,
weed.
you weren't at a siege, but you made your own little siege on Limerick City Community Radio.
I felt I needed to.
Yeah, it has to be done. There's some epic metal there. You should have given me some. Lana, what's going on? I haven't seen you in yonks, girl. How are you? Sorry.
Fine.
Literally haven't seen her in yonks, so that's nice. You should have given me some epic metal music. We could have taken a music break in the middle of the show.
I can think of a few bands.
Okay, well, what we'll do is put a pin in that until we get into the first trailer and stuff after the first movie, and then I can set that up for end of the show maybe, or something like that. End of the show. That would be a nice little musical interlude at the end of the show. Nothing says good night. It's 1:30 in the morning. You should probably get tucked in bed and get ready to watch GoreCast, the TV show, like a lot of butt fucking hard heavy metal.
Yes, and
Katie McNeil, you came in late. During the opening intro, I had your Felt Jesus on as a happy... Do you know what? Because I control the buttons for the show, we'll jump back on to the intro title just for a sec so you can get a quick look. Just for like 2 seconds. There we go, we're back. There you go. Yep. A little bit of Felt Jesus there for you lads. Oh, yes.
He has risen.
He has risen, and this time he is felty.
Indeed.
Just need to adjust the camera just a little bit. Anyway, you have some horror news, so I can get finished sharing.
Yes, I do.
You all right, there, cuz?
Yeah, fine. I'm grand. I'm fine. It's all
okay.
Good.
So first bit of horror news, which I will be chipping in on while also sharing out the post a little bit more, was Cannibal Holocaust, the video game, I believe. Which
yes, Ruggero Deodato and Fantastico Studios have announced an upcoming Cannibal Holocaust
which my
video
initial
game.
Reaction to was fuck yeah, because yeah.
Let's see now. In celebration of 40 years of Ruggero Deodato's found footage classic Cannibal Holocaust, people have learned today that the video game is on the way from Deodato and Fantastic Studios. The 4th highly awaited chapter of Deodato's Cannibal's cycle, Cannibal, will be available on November 2020 for, oh my word, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and mobile. Cannibal is an interactive...
Sorry. Did you say mobile?
Why do you think I said, "Oh dear gods"? Because I know in my heart and soul that that's the end of Johnny.
Johnny
He just disappeared down the cannibal
Johnny
holocaust.
deadly so poverty stricken because video equipment and things like that are so sensationally expensive that I don't own. I used to own one of the older style consoles like the 360, and then my controllers died and I can't get new controllers. So all of my gaming streams and everything I've been all through this little doodad right here. So you just made me yeah, but
that's the extent of my gaming.
Yeah, but you don't like technology, and I'm made of circuit boards.
I didn't say I didn't like technology. I said fucking technology fucking hates me.
Yeah, that's true. I actually can't deny that. I think it's like the pissed mist that you exude. It must have some sort of like electromagnetic properties, because it doesn't happen all the time. It's just when you come in a fucking pisser.
Because technology pisses me off.
Well, in my side of the studio anyway, it's ordinarily when you come in a pisser. So you're so angry that you must cause some sort of an electromagnetic field that fucks with all my doodads.
All I can say is there is a reason that for the last decade and a half...
You're like Magneto Hulk.
There's a reason that for the last decade and a half, Lum Ryan has seen me as the cause of and final solution to Skynet when it happens. I once walked into a room, no word of a lie, 3 computers just turned themselves off. I was nowhere near a power cable, the lads were in the middle of games, and all I got was, Giz, get the fuck out of this room.
That happened here. I had perfect internet, and then you walked into the room and fucked everything up. Not now.
Case. Yeah. See, I don't hate technology. Technology hates and fears me. Damn, I'm a mutant and technology is the human race. Does that mean I have to defend technology now? I don't want to defend technology. He keeps trying to fuck me over. Anyway, back to the story at hand. The computer game Cannibal is an interactive horror graphic adventure made with Unity, with the direction and script of Ruggero Daddario and the original drawings of Solo Masello. God damn Italian names. In which the player will take control of different characters to reveal little by little the background that led them to a desperate expedition to the virgin jungles of Borneo. And, of course, get to discover the end of the story. Destined to shake from the foundations.
You know you're going to have to let me say that again there. Borneo.
Say what?
Borneo. It's like on tonight's episode in American Horrors. Imogen Poots.
What? Oh, God.
Dude, she's a lovely looking lady, and the only thing better than what she looks like is the fact that she's got a name that's just fun as fuck to say. Imogen Poots. You can put so many different cadences on it. Sing it out if you want. Imogen Poots.
Staying on topic.
3,
I don't wanna.
2, 1. Imogen Poots. Come on. Oh, bro. Come on. Oh, bro.
No. Can I get through the story?
Fine.
Actually, there's not much left. You cut the wind out of my sails before I could finish the story. Yeah, there's a computer game coming out for Cannibal Holocaust. Rock on.
Just before we go on, and I know it's probably coming back to bite me in the ass, me being a distractionary wizard, but is there a release date for said game? Preferably the mobile version. I couldn't give a monkeys about the consoles. That's a joke. I will get a console eventually because that new.
I was literally about to read the last line when you jumped in, and there was no point in me continuing. No, there's no release date in the last line. But me saying it now completely doesn't make any point because, yeah. So, yeah, no release date thingy. Just apparently it's being happening.
Okay. Well, I'm happy with that. You can't go wrong with a video game that surrounds about being locked on an island with a bunch of cannibals.
Yep. Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be the final chapter in the Cannibal trilogy. Because there was Cannibal Holocaust and then there was something else.
I like when companies do that where like the video game, they did that with the Matrix. The Enter the Matrix games actually carried on the story, like following extra people that you do meet in the movies, but are kind of secondary characters.
Yeah, it was the same with the Riddick games. The prequel, Escape from Butcher Bay, and then the sequel to the latest movie was Assault on Dark Athena.
Assault on Dark Athena. very good. I haven't played that one. I played the one in the prison, the Butcher's Bay one.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay, so we may not have had a release date in the last story that I took a look at. However, the next story is all about a release date. You see, we mentioned a film before. I'm pretty sure we mentioned it here because like the trailer came out and I was all kinds of excited because it looked fun. This film is called Porno.
Oh yeah. This looks good as hell.
It does, yes. It's about a bunch of employees at a cinema who inadvertently decide to release this incubus type demon who lures them into a world of gruesome fantasy and awesome pain and blood filled fun. And it's probably not what I'm thinking it is in my head, but I'm sure it's still entertaining nonetheless. Anyway, the original plan for Keola Rasili's horror comedy Porno was that it was going to be debuted in select theaters on April 10th. Those plans have changed due to theaters across the world being fucked. In response to the forced cancellation, Fangoria has come up with a unique distribution model for Porno, which I have been screaming should be done since this all took over. In fact, I've been screaming it for the last few years, ever since people started, complaining about certain trends in the cinema industry. Anyway, finally it takes nothing but a pandemic world crisis for people to actually realize that the best way to release movies now digitally is... Anyway, Deadline details that from 12 a.m. on April the 10th, screenings will be hosted online where viewers can select a movie theater that they want to support, then purchase online tickets via Vimeo. Tickets are going to be $12 a piece and will last for 48 hours after purchase. The window will run until May the 1st before the movie heads to VOD on May the 8th. So, yeah, this is actually, it sounds like someone's finally decided, what might be an idea in this age of digital stuff? Now that we've had to pull out our movies from theaters, maybe we should do something smart, like actually have online theaters. So well done to Fangoria for actually having the intelligence to do this one. If only more people would, God, start fucking doing it.
They got the old finger on the pulse. Now that I have a second to talk, as per usual, it's nothing to do with what we're talking about, but somehow I accidentally turned on subtitles for the live show, which I was unaware you could do. So if anyone wants some entertainment, is to turn on the subtitles and watch Facebook Live, try and translate what myself and Giz are saying into English without it having time to process it through.
I've seen what happens when that fucking thing tries to translate our goddamn promos. That was terrifying.
There's a thing there and I can't...
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to the story that I was
talking about. So far, 100% of people have agreed in the poll that Imogen Poots is a fun name.
I didn't say it wasn't. I just said that I wasn't going to spend 5 minutes saying it. I'm trying to... Anyway, there's a film that's going to be getting released digitally if you're interested in it. So yeah, that's that story.
Yeah, I want it. Oh wait, I had a poster for that actually. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Porno.
Yeah.
We kind of, we did a trailer review for it, didn't we? Live reaction.
We did a trailer reaction. Yeah. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. It looks fun.
Yeah, it looks rocking. Which I have to admit is going to be interesting. It looks like it's going to be interesting. Next up, we have Boink. Fed Alvarez.
Picture?
Yeah. Fed Alvarez,
I went back to Facebook and it's completely the wrong picture because all I see is porno written on the screen.
There's, oh my God, for the umpteenth time. There's
time delay. I know.
There you
go.
You and I are in the future.
I'm just saying, I'm always in the future. Unfortunately, I'm so ahead of the curve that the past keeps beating me over the head with a mallet. Anyway.
Okay. Fed Alvarez, who is the director...
I make predictions. People tell me I'm stupid, and then all of a sudden I'm right.
Sometimes. Fed Alvarez, who is the director of the not the original Evil Dead, but the remake, which I really enjoyed it. I thought brought in a cool new direction, left it open for a sequel, which I hope we get at some stage.
Buckets and buckets of blood.
It was a real nod back to the Evil Dead 1 before it kind of went the more comedic route in the sequel. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, really good. Anyway, so now that you've heard us sing his high praises, he has a new movie coming out called You Have All the Info, because I didn't read the article. All of the info I've given is because his picture's in front of me.
He is set to be directing a pandemic-themed zombie horror called 16 States for Lionsgate. Some of the biggest names in horror are aligning for 16 States, which is being penned by John Requia and Glenn Ficarra. Alvarez directed Evil Dead, which we know, and Don't Breathe. He's helming the project for Vertigo Entertainment. Producer
he did
Roy
Don't
Lee.
Breathe as well? That's a great movie.
Yeah. Lionsgate. Here we go. The plot revolves around a pandemic, reports THR, who adds, this time with zombies, with the story of a mother trying to reach her family at the center of it. The project has been described as having shades of the Will Smith zombie movie I Am Legend, which was a rip-off of the old Charlton Heston movie Omega Man.
I did not like I Am Legend.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were complaining because I said that it was a rip-off of the old
no, you're
Omega
completely
Man.
right. It's not even a rip-off, isn't it? Just a reimagining of it? Or was it actually just a rip-off? I thought it was tied in.
Actually, to be fair, I think the story I Am Legend was around first. Omega Man was adapted from it, and then they kind of tried to redo the novel approach for the Will Smith movie, but it just didn't work, unsurprisingly. But anyway, let's see. Alvarez is also producing the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre and its possible accompanying series.
Chalk me down for all of that, please.
Unfortunately, the way things are, there's no sign of any dates as to when these things might be going through. But considering the way the world is at the moment, everyone's probably just kind of going, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this. We can't do anything right now, so we're just going to write scripts and get ideas and get all this stuff in our head so that when we can go out and start working again, I expect we're going to get a fracking flood of films fairly quickly. Or else it'll be like 6 to 9 months worth of filming, and then in the space of 2 years, all the movies just all at once.
I won't lie to you. I could see people being more of a. I could see people being more re-delaying everything until they're able to get the same press time out. If you know what I mean, they'll put them back into their advertising cycle and then release them.
Well, no. For films that have already been made, I agree. But I mean, for stuff like this, whereby it's a case of, if the world was normally working, we'd be saying, yeah, this is going, and it'd probably be starting.
Not 100% sure, because I mean, essentially, New Mutants is already done, and that's been put back to 2022 or 21. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what that's what I just said. Films that are already done are being pushed back. This is films that haven't even started yet, so it's clearly the planning stages. So we won't get anything actually work done for ages, and then once work does start in a few years' time, we're just going to get a big block of all the films every week, all the time. There'll be like 2 or 3 big movie releases, and it'll be black. It'll be chock-a-block, man.
Yeah. We don't have much more info on that because it's all kind of in development, shall we say, at the moment. So, will we start moving on to movies?
Yeah.
We'll take a quick look at the chat feed and see if there's anything we got on. So Charlene's laughing at the fact that I called you Magneto Hulk.
Katie agrees that apparently Will Smith and I Am Legend suck.
Well, here's my thing. I Am Legend is trash. I totally agree with you. I actually don't mind Will Smith customarily, except in relation to this movie specifically, I would have much preferred if he got shot in the face instead of the dog.
Honest to the gods, apart from Men in Black, can't really think of the last film I saw Will Smith in that I thought was good. And bear in mind that I consider Suicide Squad to be a guilty pleasure, and he ruined that by not wearing the fucking mask he was supposed to wear for the entire fucking film. But you have to see his face.
The new Bad Boys is pretty fucking hilarious, in a good way. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes for you? Bad dudes, breaking all the rules.
Maybe if I got really drunk, it could just be mindless violence. Maybe that's about as good as the second film
Yeah, that's
gets.
the only reason you clock in for a Bad Boys movie. What are you on about?
And you were the one complaining about Bloodshot?
Yeah, but at least the acting's good. In
In
Bad
Bad
Boys, you have Martin Lawrence and you have Will Smith. That's a solid duo. And the comedy's on point. The two guys can act. It's not just an hour of, you killed my wife. You killed my wife. I'm able to reform from microcircuits. 2 hours before I turn actual bloodshot.
Like I said, it's a Vin Diesel movie. What the fuck were
was
you
expecting-
expecting? You basically just described his
I
Riddick
was
character as well. And whatever he does in Fast and Furious, except
Yeah.
save family instead
Yes,
of
that
wife.
was my problem. I was expecting more cars, to be honest.
Then you were watching the wrong film, clearly.
Yes, I'm just going to wait for the new Fast and the Furious to come out and watch that.
Why is there more?
Oh, they're never going to stop.
Please
There's a
stop.
universe now because Hobbs and Shaw are also in that universe and they're their own separate franchise
I
now.
made the terrible mistake of watching it. I made the terrible mistake of
Hey,
watching that film a second
Mindless
time.
fun.
No,
Yeah.
it gets worse.
Oh,
the more
I
you
love it.
watch
He pulled a helicopter out of the air on a chain. If you smell what the Rock
What the
is
Croc
pulling.
has cooked.
Anyway, we got a bit of a movie going on here next. Boink.
Yeah, which one we going first?
We're going to go with Impact Event. I would have put it higher on the
Couldn't
list,
find
but they
it.
put one of my all-time favorite horror actors in there, who is Michael Berryman, and he was in the movie for 4.5 minutes. So
So as far as you're concerned, they put Baby in the corner?
no, they didn't put him in the corner. It's just they advertised. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with like a guy's name being on the poster and him being in the background. But like as you can probably see directly right on the screen here in front of me, that man's right up front of the poster. That man's in the movie for 4 minutes. In fact, none of the people that are in the movie for the majority of it are in fact in that poster, which bugs me.
Plus, he's heavily armed and looks like he could kick your ass in that poster.
That's how he came in the movie. They had all shotguns and stuff. Yeah, sure, he robbed his shotgun. Your audio's gone again, by the way.
Back?
Yeah, back now. It must be some connection with your headphones or something, is it?
Okay. I don't know, maybe. He wasn't an ass kicker in that film in any
No.
way, shape, or form.
Sorry,
the
sir.
opposite.
I didn't say he was an ass kicker. What I said was he came in dressed like a badass and had a shotgun. I didn't say he was an ass kicker, but he does look like that.
He wasn't dressed like a badass, and he wasn't
He
dressed
was
like
wearing
that either.
that, yeah. And he had a shotgun.
He was
The
not.
shotgun that the...
He was wearing a great big white hazmat suit. Yes, he might have had a gun, but he wasn't looking like a survivalist. He looked like something that was after walking out of a fucking clean room. Himself and his buddy came into the prison in full hazmat gear. Yes, they had guns, but like in no way was either one of them showing any kind of badassery.
I never said they were showing badassery. You've also made us jump way more into halfway into the movie than I was intending.
You started off
Yeah,
by
that was going to be the
questioning
end.
why he was
That was
on
going to
the
be the
cover.
end of the conversation because I had to question why he was on the cover because he's only in the movie for 5 minutes.
I agree, but you know, he looks completely different in the film.
I can't pull up the screen now, but I'm nearly full sure he gets out of that hazmat suit and he's wearing something like that. Something like that. I'm not saying he's wearing that, but he's not. So when they lock him in the doodad, which we won't get into because that's a plot device, he's not wearing a hazmat suit.
I'm pretty sure he's wearing like whatever t-shirt he had underneath it and the pants of the suit. He's not in combat gear like that.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, the film Impact Event centers around a massive meteorite aiming for the Earth, which apparently, unsurprisingly, governments have been lying their asses off of to the general public for fracking months, telling everyone it's all going to be cool, we're going to be grand, it's going to be one of them near misses. Then people started actually looking at stuff and figuring shit out for themselves and then going, that's not going to be a near miss, you lying sacks of crap. That's that's headed right for us. It's coming right for us.
Arr,
Which,
arr, arr.
you know,
It's coming right for us.
I liked the fact that it showed, everyone's kind of like, we might have an end of day situation. What do we do? Well, I'm going to have a party. I'm going to have a great big party. I'm going to get a lot of stuff in. I'm going to invite a couple of hundred of my closest friends, get all the boozing in. And meanwhile, Gordon and his buddies are fixing up Grandpa's haunted house, which turns out has a proper full-on fucking bomb shelter underneath it.
This was... I'm going to say I did actually enjoy the movie as an overall thing, but there were some glaring plot issues that my brain had terrible problems jumping over. One being, how did these Carney hillbillies build all of this, what is essentially quite complicated gear? Not all of it.
They didn't.
The dad did.
And his grandfather, it was a generational thing that they had been working on for decades.
And
that's what Gordon
were the
explains.
dad and the granddad scientists or something, or what's going? Oh, yes. Okay, I missed the scientist bit.
The grandfather hung around with fucking Oppenheimer.
Okay, I missed that bit. Right.
The dad was an engineer. Like the Gordon actually explains that his outfella and his grandfather, they were they knew what the entire family. There's a reason all this stuff is so badass. It's because these people legit knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, as I said, I missed that a little bit. Okay, now I have actually less issues with the movie than I initially did. That actually, you can imagine how if that line of dialogue wasn't in there, there would have been some serious questions otherwise.
When Gordon and
the two guys are having a chat.
When Gordon Bill Case, it's actually at the start of the film when they're sitting down.
They're talking to the two girls as well before they send them off because they've actually brought no supplies. Now that you said it, it came back to me.
They're explaining all the different things, and Gordon is explaining how his father and his grandfather were fucking big into this survivalist shit, and well, thank the gods, the entire family were a little bit cray when it comes to the old
I heard the whole
methods.
survivalist shtick and all of that bit. I just missed that one sentence which was, oh, he was really recognized. He used to hang out with like scientists like Oppenheimer and stuff. If I'd heard that, I would have been like, oh, okay.
I heard that and went, no wonder he fucking built the nuclear shelter. He knew exactly what the fuck was coming. Yeah.
So, okay. I'm actually less pissed with the movie now than him.
Yeah, he goes on to explain that as time went on, they adapted certain things for certain conditions, less likelihood of one thing, more likelihood of the other. That's why they've got multiple air filtration systems and multiple water filtration systems. Like, this is proper fucking, if worst case scenario.
It's a proper, well kitted out, super reliable, super well done apocalypse bunker. It just happens to be located in a haunted train house.
Underneath it, it's like the
and part of it.
I think the way that it's described, I think he said 2 or 3 kilometers worth of a fucking. No, that couldn't have been right. Acres, maybe. That sounds probably. The point is, there's a large patch of land with the bunker basically under it, and then there's a small section where the funhouse is, and that's kind of like the main entryway, I guess is the best way of putting it. You know, the main ways in and out. But this meteor hits, and while it does kind of somewhat disperse, it does end up setting off multiple catastrophic events. There is a massive blast of radiation. There's when the meteorite thaws, some of the ice that's in it, there's radioactive materials in it that sets off radioactive clouds in the atmosphere. Basically, the entire planet is boned. Gordon, Casey, and Billy, however, very, very much not boned, thanks to Gordon's overactive, well, not even overactive, but ridiculously well-prepared family. They lose a couple of people along the way, unfortunately. Amanda and Wendy, the 2 young ones that helped them design the horror house, go off to try and help their family. And there's a lot of times in this movie where you're kind of going, do this or don't do this. And then a little while later on, somebody kind of mentions how they should have done this or they should not have done that, and kind of makes up for things. But I liked the pacing of this movie.
It does not fuck around.
It's fast. It's fast enough. The film itself is an hour and it's over an hour and a half.
It was an hour 50 something.
Nope, hour 40.
Hour 40 something. Sorry, I knew it was up in the high end of the second hour. Yeah.
But to be fair, it's it's pretty fast. Like it's pretty fast pacing. There are the obvious bits that we've come to appreciate when it comes to independent cinema, whereby sometimes you gotta hide the negatives and accentuate the positives, and you can see where they try to do that here in a few different ways. You do have, as you said, Michael Berryman arriving on as Raymond very briefly in the
I was
movie.
just, I like Michael Berryman, and I think I just took it a little bit more to heart than I was initially. He looked so prominent on the poster. Do you know what I mean? I was kind of like, oh, it's Michael Berryman, and normally Michael Berryman's a fucking badass when he's in anything, and or a creepy son of a bitch who's going to murder you, one or the other. I was like, this is going to get good, especially when I heard Apocalypse. I won't lie to you. I was thinking maybe he was part of like some sort of mutant militia kind of thing, or some shtick like that. Like
you do get that vibe from the poster already.
Don't get it's a fucking bodacious poster, but it's not reflective of what we're. Yeah, well, it is kind of. It actually, I tell you, it's pretty reflective, bar the Michael Berryman bit.
Yeah, one of the interesting things that Impact Event does is to rationalize certain behaviors over time. Stuff happens, and people begin to rationalize it because it's the end of the days. Sometimes you need to rationalize certain behavior, like killing somebody because they were going to do a stupid.
Yeah,
they were going to do a bad stupid, and it may not have been the only way to stop them. But I like how they addressed that. I wasn't thinking straight; I just reacted. I like things like that. It's not just we did it because it was the right thing. No, you did it because you're in panic mode. You're thinking, crap, could have done that different, could have done that better.
There's some cold hard decisions that need to get made by people during the movie, and they don't go the way you'd customarily see them normally go in movies like this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Two of the characters, and this is even like I actually do think that two of the characters should have been in it all the way to the end, because one of the things about the end of the film is it's supposed to show how these people have gotten to this stage. They're willing to accept that this is the way the world is now. They have to act a certain way to protect themselves and protect what's theirs. I think that could have been a little bit more, could have been contrasted a little bit better if we had the two girls at the end as well, because it would have made for I think a more drastic contrast with the way that they were at the start of the movie, to have them be that way by the end of it.
The other inhabitants, well, bar the guy who actually owns the bunker, the others who start to go pretty crazy pretty quick.
Well, it's not that they go pretty crazy pretty quick. It's that we can see over the course of the film that they've all had stuff. They've all had interesting lives, and as a result, we can say that they have a certain amount of damage done to them already before things get started.
Yes, okay, that's fair enough. I can accept that.
For me, I think it would have been a more dramatic point if the relatively undamaged people were the ones at the end to be so accepting of the new violent, overprotective life that they now find themselves living. I just think it would have made a more impactful contrast than the people that we had left at the end.
I agree with you on that. I also think, like, the major glaring thing I noticed with the movie, and it's not like it takes away from it any bit, but it's just you have this kind of massive impact event that happens, and customarily you tend to see some sort of level of progression in the characters as the story goes on in these kind of things, and there's not really any progression with anyone. I mean, the guy that owned the bunker in the first place, bar the fact he kind of is a little bit colder to things and a lot more like, okay, this needs to make sure that there's no holes here and anything like that, and the other two going slightly stir crazy. I'm not even crazy.
I didn't really.
They get a little bit introverted towards each other and a little bit snarky, which is just, I'd imagine, from being locked in a small.
Yeah, this is kind of why I was saying that if certain other characters were still in it, then we get more of a contrast. We get more of character development. We'd see more in the way of, okay, things have gotten to this stage, so this person that was like this over here, all calm and demure and afraid, is now running around with a blade laughing her ass off as she slits people's
Yeah,
throats. That's actually kind of hot.
Yes. I wouldn't have minded seeing a little bit of a videography of the transition that got them there.
Well, yeah, even
or was it a case of that
would
there were
be-
always crazy knife wielding maniacs that were just kind of...
You see, that's why I think the adult characters being that way is a little bit. It doesn't have the same impact, I think, that it would have had if we had had the younger characters be around for those situations and be acting in the same way for the same reason. You know, I think it would have validated the character change. It would have validated the aggression shown, the need for the aggression and the need for the violence, and how accepting they were of the violence and how into it they kind of gotten. Because for me personally, it could have been an interesting moment. You could have had like, it's okay, it's fine, you can do all these things. You have my permission to let that inner beast loose, because right now is a time when we need that kind of
madness.
violence to protect ourselves. Yes, exactly.
We got a bear bunny in the chat. What's going on? Grr. Give him a gurgle.
More innocent.
Oh,
Without
bit predator.
Without more innocent seeming characters at the start to contrast with the violent outcomes and the violent end product. I feel it didn't have as much impact as maybe it could have had. And yeah, but apart from that, it was fun and it was fast paced, and I liked some of the ideas. I liked the fact that they called themselves out when one of the characters did something stupid by having another character go, "That was stupid. Why'd you do that?"
Yeah,
you know,
there is a lot of cause and resolution throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Look, bar some sort of kind of performance issues here and there, it actually isn't a bad little flick. Like if it popped up on Sci-Fi or Horror Channel or anything like that, or American Horrors, www.americanhorrors.com, if it popped up in any of those, I would probably sit down and give that a watch again. To be honest, it's entertaining.
Yep, I like it. There's some nice ideas. My only problem is that I think the wrong characters survived in the wrong order.
I'll tell you what, I have Bear Bunny asking what movie it is, and I think we're kind of near the end of the review for this. So Bunny, you can find out, because we're just about to jump into a quick trailer, and we'll be back after these brief Impact event related messages.
This is Justice Outlaw calling out to Haunted Forest. Is anyone reading me? Over. Looks like the show is about to begin. I guess I'll see you on the other side of Armageddon.
Government officials are calling it the end of the world.
The world has erupted in chaos since the NASA announcement just a short time ago. I speak on behalf of the United States and many other world governments. Now, initially, we had indicated that this object would pass by the Earth, leaving us unharmed. We lied. We're all going to die.
Okay, you're fine. What are you doing there, Billy?
Looking for the dead, right? Well, we ain't dead.
This is our home. We defend it. You two comfortable with that?
We'd have to.
Yeah. We'd have to.
You've got Ida's brains on your hand.
I'm so tired of burning bodies.
Did the end of the world just turn us into serial killers?
And we're back. So that was the trailer for Impact Event. I don't have a release date. Start moving in there, and I'll pull up the release date. Start moving into the next. I'll just pull up the release there.
Yep.
Really quick.
I haven't set fire to my ashtray at all.
Fair juice yet. Shauna
Yep.
Quinn in the
Next
chat.
up on
Hello. That's the end of that statement. There you go.
Oh, we also have Avante Douglas.
Oh, he said, "What's up to the Gore Club?" So, what's going on? What's going on is a stream, Avante. That's what's going on. We're having an old chat, talking some movies.
Yeah. Next up on the bill is 2020's Dead by Dawn.
Dead by Dawn. Dead by Dawn.
Well, actually, I suppose that was a subtitle for Evil Dead 2, so there was never actually a film called Dead by Dawn.
There was. Oh no, there was in 1989. Yeah. It's kind of like a sexy horror thriller. Not a zombie related. You would, because of the Evil Dead reference, think it was zombie related, but it is in fact not zombie related.
Yeah, neither is this film, although they do touch on zombies rather hysterically.
Impact event, if anyone is bored during the sitting at home times that we're all locked in at the minute, is available on VOD and digital download now since April 7th. So you can get that from Wildlife Releasing.
Nice. Anyway, as I was saying, Dead by Dawn, this film is written and directed by Sean Kane and Wes Laurie with the writing. It stars, where is stuff? Here we go. Drew Lindsay Mitchell.
One of the Kanes on producing and cast recruitment. I would assume wife or sister.
That's around looking at different. Okay. Anyway, starring Drew Lindsay Mitchell and Kelsey Watson. Dead by Dawn is, funnily enough, not a film about zombies.
And Jamie Bernadette.
And Jamie
who'd be the
Bernadette
most notable
again,
one out of the bunch.
Yeah. Dead by Dawn sees, how can I put this, naive vegetarian yoga enthusiast Lulu,
art
who has
student
who has absolutely terrible taste in men because
she's a bit of a dick magnet.
Why? That's just
as in like dickhead magnet. No, I don't mean like dick magnet. I mean like dickhead magnet, asshole magnet.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel better?
Yes. Anyway, after a confrontation with her wank stain of a boyfriend, she decides to leave him after he slaps her. Understandable. Gets in a cab driven by a guy in, well, it's not a cab, it's a cart, which is apparently like it's not a taxi, it's something it's an app on your phone whereby some random stranger arrives along to give you a
Uber.
lift. So is it, yeah, but isn't Uber like a taxi as opposed
to... No, Uber
to,
is where... Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Uber is now kind of more like a taxi than it was, but initially Uber was random people sign up. You don't have to be like a taxi driver to work for Uber. You can just be a normal driver.
Well, this film shows you glaringly why that's a terrible
I've always said why it's a terrible idea.
In this film, Lulu gets into a cart car driven by some dude dressed up as a clown who is a full-on, cannot control himself perv. Like... She goes from one asshole to another asshole, which, okay. And apparently a week later turns up on the doorstep of Kelsey, who is alone in the woods, living in seclusion after the death of his wife and child some years previously. Kelsey is 2 steps shy of drinking and or shooting himself into oblivion, but it's just not quite there. One night, Lulu comes banging on his door, covered in blood, wearing a shirt, cuts all over her body, trying to get away from some people who it seems have been holding on to her for the last week.
Yeah, it's a good couple of unaccounted days.
Well, the film starts off with a rather violent scene, and then we get 1 week earlier, so we can assume she was being held for a week. Just looking for... Yes, there we go. Yeah.
I just need to... quickly cough off screen.
Okay. Lulu arrives on at Dylan's door, claiming that she's not really making a lot of sense. She's not able to make a lot of sense. She's a little bit hysterical. She's going on about how they were.
She's not really talkative at the time of arrival. There's guys after me, get me in the fucking house.
So a few minutes later, there's another knock on the door. At which point we get Donnie and Chad, who are claiming that they had just had a car crash. Donnie's autistic sister has wandered away. They're terrified for her. She may not know where she is, completely disorientated. Dylan isn't buying any of this fucking pile of bullshit.
Actually, I have to say, for a guy who isn't like you know the way the typical storyline for this kind of thing is like, oh, I've been whatever blah 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 and murdered and semi whatever by these people blah blah blah, run into stranger's house, stranger happens to be some ex-military guy who's just back from fucking war or whatever. This is just a normal Joe that's sitting in the house, but he's clever as a whip. Like when the lads showed up and they're like, oh, we're just in this car crash and stuff like that, and he's like, you two are looking mighty fine. You're looking mighty fine for getting out of a car crash. Do you know, considering the girl who showed up in the door looked like a bloody hoop. Oh, you know the way that happens sometimes, where you get in a car crash and nothing happens. No.
They're on about how they call the law, and he's like, you know what? They're trying to get into the house. He's having none of it. He's trying to be as polite as possible to get rid of them. This kind of ish works. They back off a bit, but it's clear they're not going anywhere.
They mostly just go across the road behind some trees and regroup.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dylan tentatively tries to look after Lulu, eventually getting the story that she was held and raped, and they're looking to kill her
and sliced up and cut and beaten.
Yeah. She has basically been somebody's chew toy for the last week, to put it quite simply.
Not in a voluntary, kinky way.
No, because that's when you respect safe words. But anyway, so it becomes apparent to Dylan that these people are definitely not there with Lulu's best interest in mind. Unfortunately, it's a standoff situation, and the rest of the film is basically them trying to defend the cabin against the advances of Donnie and Chad.
I liked how it literally was an actual standoff situation, like as in they may have been outnumbered, but it was literally, I got one gun, you got one gun.
There was, however, one big fracking thing, which admittedly Donnie did address, but I'm sure you, like me, were sitting there at one point going, shoot him in the head, shoot him in the head, shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head. He's just like, after what he just said there, I would definitely shoot him in the head. And then to be fair, Donnie goes back and is like, how did you know he wasn't going to shoot you in the head? He's a normal person. Normal people don't shoot other people in the head. And I was just sitting there kind of going,
crafty fucker. He's not.
Shit.
He's got a point.
Huh.
He's got a. You and I have been, as I said, you and I have become so hyper aware / super sensitive to all of these kind of things, and slightly desensitized to the point that you and I forget real life and just be like, this is a movie, that guy's not good, I'm just going to shoot him in the face.
To be fair, you and I have also had enough real life encounters that if we encounter somebody spouting the kind of shit that was saying at that
shoot
stage,
him in the face.
Yeah, because he was threatening the man, and what's worse is he gets him. He's polite about it. And he's backing off, and then he starts saying, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going." I
have
to
to say, in high credit to the guy who plays Neil. I think Bo Burrows was his name. Is the actor's name. Neil is the main bad guy. He's Jamie Dern.
Donnie, I thought.
No. Oh no.
Sorry, you're right. I'm an idiot. Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie's the boyfriend. Neil's the Shane's the boyfriend. There is no Donnie.
Yeah. There is a
Donnie is. I don't know who Donnie is.
Neither do I, because I'm seeing a cast of characters and I keep looking at Donnie.
I don't know who Donnie is, but anyway, Neil was.
Maybe Donnie was the cab driver.
Donnie was probably the cab driver. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Neil looked evil as fuck from the minute he walked on screen. Before he even said a word, he's able to put this like look on his face where he just looks like stone cold psycho.
Neil and Snack, which is Jamie Bernadette's character, are freaking funny.
You know, I actually think Jamie Bernadette's kind of finding her niche, as in she plays that kind of Drusilla-esque crazy bitch quite well.
Dude, when she turned around and went, you know, you can cut me next time if you want, I just...
Yeah. Dude, when this girl gets stabbed and hit with arrows and everything, and she handles him like a fucking champ.
It was great. You know you get an arrow in your shoulder, right? Really? You don't say. Fucking brilliant, man. Brilliant. Plus, I liked her sense of viciousness. But then again, that's because I'm sick in the
Katie
head.
McNeil is saying we should start a new drinking game for every time Giz says shoot him in the head.
It's apt a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I'm crap with firearms myself.
And there's a very good... Actually, if you did turn that into... We should arrange a myself and Giz will figure out a GoreCast drinking game. We'll post the rules on top of the GoreCast page for people to... Not you and I. You're not allowed to drink on screen. Well, no, sorry. I tell a lie. I'm happy with you starting to drink 50% of the way into the show. So it's just... so it's incoherent babble by the end of the show is fine. I can deal with that. It's when it's... Okay, Bunny actually, we actually have people who've seen the movie in the crowd for once, which is nice. Bunny is saying that Neil is the clown in the cab as well.
No, you were right. Once I took a look, because I've got IMDb page up here, and once I took a look, Bo Burrows, you're right. I'd know that manic face everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Even in his very nice headshot, he still has he looks quite good looking and charming and everything in it, don't get me wrong, but he does look like
in the
if I turn that frown upside down, you're not going to be having a very pleasant day. I'll put it to you that way. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, no, overall, Dead by Dawn was actually, like, it was fairly fast paced once it got going. There was a couple of times where I'm screaming at characters about how naive or stupid they are, but then again, that's kind of the point of it's kind of the point that they are that way. Fair dues to Drew Mitchell, fantastic as just this. I don't want to say damsel in distress, but this naive character who over the course of the film learns how not to be.
We will say damsel in distress initially, but
yes,
what I like about there's continuity between our two movies, because like our clearing issue that we had with movie one was that there kind of wasn't a lot of character progression. It just went from one stage to another without any kind of lead into anything. This, you see her go from normal girl to traumatized damsel in distress to vicious redempting heroine, all in the space of one movie.
I thought it was a good touch that they showed the fact that she was so broken by stuff, physically and emotionally.
It actually very subtle stuff that they showed to do it, and it all worked very, very well.
Yeah, and Dylan's tentativeness around her, especially near the start of the film, when it's kind of basically like dealing with a fucking wounded animal.
Anyway, long and the short of it is, where we are in the story. So the guys start to look like they're going to start invading the house because they're well aware that Lulu's inside in the gaff, contrary to what your man has said, and they're looking to get back in. Now, coincidentally, the guy has a wife and a daughter who aren't in the house at the time, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Don't say it, because for people who haven't seen the movie, they're just the wife and the daughter weren't in the house at the time.
Pretty much I said it at the start of the synopsis.
Right, never mind. Okay, so his wife and his daughter are dead, and the daughter, strangely enough, uncannily for a girl of her age, but very much like my...
Not really, given the times now,
True,
I think.
But myself and Giz will have to agree that, not unlike myself and Giz, this is a girl who knows how to prep for crazy fucking scenarios. So she has strategery plans and everything laid out for zombies, vampires, werewolves, pandemics. She even had, I saw when he was flicking through the pages, they had the rage zombie shed in there, so in case you're dealing with humans who've just got really angry and they're running at you and they're not the zombie, got it all. Got it covered.
Assholes.
So, I don't know where the spark of logic went through the man's head, because it's a very weird leap to go for, but he was like, do you know what I got that can solve this scenario with all of these people outside? My daughter's been doomsday prepping since she was 6 years old, and she's got a notebook full of plans, which leads you up this very adult, aggressive version of Home Alone.
I think it was about the time that he realized they were in a siege situation, and all he thought of was the fact that his daughter had all these zombie stuff planned for siege situations. It was kind of like, my little one. And he just brings out the box of her stuff and goes through the diary, and there's some nice touches.
Bunny just named a great line by Jamie Bernadette there. Do you know when she's giving out to the uncle or whatever, and she's like, grow a fucking pussy. It's a winner. That's how you do that. Without getting too much more into the ins and outs of it, because there is a lot more plot and a lot more murdery death kill and a lot of crazy things that get revealed and a lot of there's some nice little twists and turns in the plot of this that are good. And we don't, because it's oh god, I got to get to my Gmails again. One sec there, kids. Oh shit, I don't know if I actually have a release date for this. I never got the... Oh no, yeah. You keep talking about the movie there for 1 second. I'll just pull this up.
Okay. I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that there wasn't.
One,
I have to go from the email over... Oh no, wait, there is a fucking press pack. Okay. They're all out the same day, so it's also out since April 7th for digital release and VOD rental. Currently from Uncorked Entertainment. I think you're able to rent or buy directly off their website as well. So if you go to uncorkedentertainment.com, I think it is, you can get that. Totally worth a watch. This really enjoyed it, and the gore is quite good. Yeah, there's some good little kill scenes and things like that. Anyway, will we hit a quick trailer and come back?
Yeah. Before we do, just going to say, hey Grum, because apparently.
Is the Grum in the mix? What up, Grummels? Oh, Jesus.
Hello.
Actually, I put a question out to the crowd earlier, which was, what should Katie call her felting website if she starts one? Do you have a suggestion? Yes. What did you say?
I just put one in. Felting's
okay,
fine.
I went Felty Katie. Felty Katie, because I was like, it's very much on brand with what she's doing. But you could get some weirdos that are looking for some weird sites, and Felty Katie could lead them up the wrong route. Could get you a whole untapped source of customers. Yeah, are you able to do me like a 6-inch like chick in bondage gear, Felty? Yeah, probably if you want.
Actually,
yeah, I want that.
Yeah,
www.orderweirdshit.com.
Yeah, very much.
oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay, so here's the trailer for Dead by Dawn, and then we're going to be back with some Italian cinematic loveliness.
I got up today, and it started out as one of the best days. Hey, look, I'm gonna call the police. You just have to tell me what happened. They.
I once was a girl with eyes of dream. I cut her throat to stop her scream.
I'm gonna do what I can to get you back to your families.
Not much more of that.
Pain of little death it begs, lets the monsters out to play.
Just let the girl go. Give her to us.
You might as well go crazy, right? Might as well go all out.
You have to invite them in.
Then you all die here!
What are we gonna do?
I'm trying not to faint.
No one gets out!
We won't warn them. We'll survive this.
I'm gonna cut your dumb doll head off.
I forgot.
And we're back. So that was the trailer for Dead by Dawn, available since April 7th on VOD and digital download from from Uncorked Entertainment. And probably every other kind of Hulu and sites like that. Oh. 66.6% of the show down.
Yeah. Damn, I thought you were going into Steiner Matt there.
I can if you want. Okay.
No, nobody wants that.
I don't know if that's true.
does have entertainment
Siren
value.
Mascot. I might
Anyway,
download that and we'll play that at the end of the show instead of the metal. No money choker. Yeah. You're going to have to open up.
Figure shit
Not
out.
so much figure shit out as you're going to have to just send me a link for a tune and or music video from that list of yours on Facebook, if you're able to do that.
Right. Grand, cool. I need to just narrow down my stuff because what am I going to do?
I'd say we're at the stage, mate, where you could probably just fucking pick one, and I'll probably be happy. I'll probably be happy with that.
Yeah, fine, grand. I'll send something in a minute.
Perfect.
Start talking about the movie.
So the next
get
movie
this
we have
sorted.
up from Italy is called Stomach, which is a kind of a very, it's a little bit indie horror. It's a little bit, or sorry, not even indie horror. It's a little bit modern indie horror. It's a little bit giallo influenced in tone and somewhat lighting, depending on the scenes we get going. And
yeah, there was a very at times
neon noir.
It was like, oh, okay. I was thinking, okay, I'm watching a music video, maybe, or someone that's used to doing music videos, and the way the lighting, the kind of gothic lighting, and some of the camera angles was very reminiscent. I thought of like goth music videos from the 80s, especially.
Yeah, that's hence me mentioning the giallo stuff. With the Italianness and the 80s Italian horror reminiscency of everything. Reminiscence is the actual word. I am aware. I've been trying to get my own versions of words over to an epic fail customarily. I'm going to get fucking shenanigans over. It's the last thing I do.
You mean like sausages and burglars?
I don't think you can actually take claim on sausages, to be honest.
Probably not.
Burglars, I had never heard of before you.
I do.
Burglars. Burglars. That's the one.
There we go. Chippy chips and chuck nuggets.
Some good shit. It's some good shit.
Yes.
Got to change the movie poster here very quickly. There we go. Stomach. Okay, so essentially, Stomach is like a very violent and desperate journey following a man named Alex, if memory serves me correctly, as he takes a tumble down a mental road of anguish as he slowly realizes that he's got some sort of demony doodad inside in his stomach that is busting its way out and murdering people, for lack of a better in-depth description, which we're probably going to get into as we review it. But that's the brief synopsis of it.
Alex is frequently haunted by dreams of his dead parents who are telling him that he has to try and contain this inner demon that seems to want to tear its way out and eviscerate everyone. But meanwhile, he's also got the voice of the demon telling him how he's his strength, and he'll give him his every desire, and he just has to let him out. He just has to feed him. And unfortunately, Alex is having a really tough time of it because his doctor is a dick, his co-workers are assholes, he's got the hots for a cute chick who's kind of into him, but he's nervous to say anything, and his boss is a complete wank stain as well. So it's just
he's having a hard go, as they say.
Mounting pressure.
Yeah, everyone he works with is a fucking dick. To be honest, it's not just his boss. The chick's nice. Okay, sorry, I'll narrow it down. Everyone with a penis in the place, which is everyone bar the chick. The singular chick is a total asshole.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, at one point during the movie, he has what can only be described as a major concussionary event, and literally everyone from the office just busts their ass laughing at him.
That's because, two assholes perpetrated that event.
Yeah.
So, But the film basically centers around Alex trying to restrain his inner demons, which unfortunately, as the movie goes on and shit gets worse and worse, he fails miserably to do. And so his inner demons come out and start eviscerating people in very gory and fun ways.
His inner demons fuck around. They do not. Do you know, man, I really liked the inner demon because it's kind of like some people try to make the kind of the mental demon looking, and they're on low budget and can end up looking naff, but they just went, okay, what can we do that's not a crazy amount of budget that's going to look visceral and effective. And this guy looks...
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me a little bit
disturbing.
of the kind of the mole men things from The Descent.
Kind of, yeah. The pale skin and all the rest of it, it does evoke the notion of an underground dweller or something that lives in the darkness. And that was probably deliberate, considering the nature of the film and considering the way that the story goes. They probably wanted to make you think of something vicious and violent, bred for darkness, that survives in the most desolated places.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Never let it be said that I can't be poetic when describing horror and terrifying notions.
So anyway, as we said,
Sunset's not.
People throughout the movie keep priming Alex for these vicious and visceral events to a point that he, as you said, it gets to a stage where keeping the belly demon within the belly becomes intolerable and uncontrollable, and that little fucker gets out, and then it turns out that he's not a little fucker. He just starts off as a little fucker. Yeah, a hell of a lot bigger. One would say about a good solid 6'4".
I found this, to be honest, even from the start of it with the struggle and everything, the first thing that popped into my head was Jekyll and Hyde. And as the story progresses, it's really that, because you do see Alex weakening as the creature, the demon, seems to be getting stronger. And then after a while, it's kind of like, well, I feel better now that he's killing and now that he's doing all the ridiculously horrible shit that he's doing, because this demon is like...
Does not fuck around.
Once he gets out, you do not want to be in his path. And I because of the way the story was going and because of the bullying from his co-workers and everyone else, I kind of thought that perhaps you'd start to feel good when the demon started acting out, because kind of like, oh, vengeance. But no, that demon, he doesn't care if you're a nice person or not. He's killing you, and he's probably going to do it in a horrible way. And
it actually sucks. It actually sucks if you're a nice person, because the likelihood is, if you're seeing the demon, you're in the company of some fucking raging asshole that has brought the demon out, and you are just the unfortunate meaty byproduct that's receiving the guff.
Well, as the story progressed, like at first I was seeing the demon as being potentially an avenging factor, but after the first attack, you lose all sympathy and all kind of, you can no longer go, oh yeah, I'm rooting for that guy to tear someone's face off, because you're actually going, oh, you're actually a scumbag. There was no reason for that. They weren't a threat. There was no point in killing them. You just did it because they were there, and now you're doing stuff that's even worse. I now no longer view you as a potential heroic character in this film, be it dark anti-hero or otherwise. You're just a bastard. And that once again fits in nicely with the Jekyll and Hyde, because the whole point was that Hyde was the absolute worst parts of humanity brought out and let loose. And it's the same in this, whereby you can look at the creature and the demon as being the absolute worst side of Alex, being let loose and being unrestrained, and off it goes to the races.
My oh my is let loose and unrestrained a very good description of it, because this guy will... there's no crazy tentacles, there's no crazy swords or anything like that. He's just got some very pointy nails and some ridiculously sharp teeth, and he will either eat you, rip you apart, fucking eat you, fuck you to death, or a combination of all four.
Yeah.
Or if you're lucky, you might just twist your head the wrong way around. And now, as I said, it's very Giallo-esque in look and tone to a certain degree. As a lot of neon lighting, a lot of really nice kind of soundtrack to accompany the stuff, and there's a lot of some primo nudity, and there's a whole lot of ridiculously good murder kill gore scenes, which is what you want from a Giallo style Italian horror. Do you know what I mean?
Actually, I was just thinking this and Impact Event both had really good music.
Like, if you wanted to do a really quick any Giallo movie review, it'd just be like titties, blood, titties, blood, titties, blood, titties, blood, titties, blood.
Psychedelic
neon lighting.
Line.
Done. That's it.
And a storyline that has you kind of going, what did my brain just see? Hang on. No, I got it.
I did rip that review technically off from Demented Pictures because I don't like ripping people's stuff off without. Because he used to have these things online where he did like 10-second movie reviews, and his review for what movie was it? Oh yeah, Zombie Strippers. His review for Zombie Strippers was just zombies titties, zombies titties, zombies titties, zombies titties. Robert Englund.
He's not.
He's not wrong. I was like, out of all the movies you've done, that's as appropriate a review as you could ask for out of anybody. I think we're kind of hitting the homeward bound, will we? We're over the hour. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna rack you guys up a trailer, and we will be back henceforth afterwards. So this is the trailer for. So I sounded very official. I wasn't. Henceforth, therefore, from then on, ever since, and forever on form. We'll be back.
How do you think I felt, man? I signed off one of the tracks with "We shall be back presently," and then went, "I'm hosting a metal show. Who the fuck talks like that?"
I like it. It's from you and me doing the English voiceovers for the PSA videos on our YouTube page. Look up the GoreCast on YouTube. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
I do use presently
well, it's
a lot,
an appropriate use of diction. I'll tell you what, we can probably have this conversation off air. Okay, so here's the trailer for Stomach. Yeah.
I got up today. I got up today, and I got up today. I got up today, and it started out as one of the best days.
Sorry about that. I loaded up the same trailer twice. Now, here's the trailer for Stomach.
Mi sono illuso che restare in questo posto mi avrebbe aiutato. Pensavo mi avrebbe portato pace. Non ce la faccio più. È come essere inghiottiti da un buco nero che...
So that was the trailer for Stomach. I have the notes here in front of me. It's been hitting the festival scene all through 2020, and I believe it's been available on DVD and Blu-rays in October 19, distributed in Italy. So you should be able to find it somewhere for rental or purchase in some way or form. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really good. Little bit of a slow burner initially, but once you start getting into the meat and bones of the thing, it's quite good.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it went darker than I was expecting it to do, which I always find an interesting thing.
Giallo.
And I did like the resolve. I did like the resolve at the end of it. Is my mic off?
No, it's not. Grum said Giallo is pronounced Giallo. Which, I don't know. He seems like he speaks more Italian than me, so he's probably right.
Not the first time I mispronounced the name. It will not be the
Grum,
last time
if you watch more of the streams, German and Polish, all that kind of thing, I'll knock them out of the park for you. But anything other than that, I'm going to bastardize those names badly. Wait till we start doing some more Japanese horror movies.
I'm good with those. I'm good with like Asian names. I can't do the Slavic ones.
Yeah. I'm not too bad with Thai and Korean because their names are a little more straightforward than the Japanese ones get fucking out there a bit.
They're not that bad.
Not all of them. Some of them are like doable. Some of them are.
I suppose it's just used to hearing how they should sound.
I don't know why I'm explaining it to you. You do a show with me. You've seen it happen.
You're not. You're explaining it to everyone else.
Anyway, as is customary on a Sunday night, myself and Giz are over on American Horrors at 8:30 p.m. CST and whatever that equates to is GMTs, which is about an hour and a half to. Well, it is an hour and a half from now, or 40 minutes from now. Though the show may start at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock, depending on what movie he's got running on.
What's on before us?
This week we're going to be covering a newish movie that came out called Vivarium. It's out since March 26th, which is a fucking stonking, by the way. It's great. Really good. Really enjoyed it. Yeah. Another slow burner, but really, really good movie. Unfortunately, due to non-COVID related illnesses in my house, because my fiance was sick as fuck, we weren't able to shoot a trailer this week, so I'm probably just going to play the trailer for Vivarium, and then so I'm going to play the trailer for Vivarium, and after the trailer for Vivarium we are going to have some epic tunage, which should have been at the Siege this year by a band called Scathed. And
because I never heard of them before getting music together, and I was like, I like them, they're good.
The song is called Compromise Me. So you're going to have the trailer for Vivarium, which is fucking rocking, by the way, yet again, and Scathed, which I can't make any comment on because I haven't heard it, but I'm sure it's rocking if Giz has decided to put it on.
Anyone that listened to the show that was on earlier has already heard them, but yes.
Cool. So, as I said, myself and Giz, 8:30 p.m. CST, whatever that equates to is GMTs, which is 2:30 in the GMTs. On American Horrors, we're going to be doing a Vivarium review. And there's also a very educative 60 seconds about the cuckoo. Yeah, it was a gag that I was going... I won't lie to you. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened, but I was going to throw a throwaway kind of little... I'll do a bit of a David Attenborough 10-second thing. And it took me... There's so much to explain the bit where it correlates to the movie Vivarium that essentially there's a 60-second nature documentary edited by me and voiced over by me. So make sure to join in.
I think that was more Connery than Attenborough, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going for Attenborough. I was just going for kind of aristocratic English person.
Refined.
Yes. Or the guy from Games Master, whose name I can't remember.
Or Bane from the bad Batman movie.
No. No, I wasn't high-pitched enough. If you are on Roku, you can use channel code AMHOR to add American Horrors to your Roku lineup, which is where the show will be. Or you can go to www.americanhorrors.com, where they beautifully stream the entire station live and for freezies for people over here who can't get it. Or I think you can also get it on strictlystreaming.com as well. And if you happen to have a PlayStation, or Xbox, and you put that fucker American Horrors into your web browser, you can watch us on your big screen. Fuck yeah. Nice. That's it. Other than that, that's been a whole load of modern indie movie reviews from myself and the Giz. Myself and Giz will catch you on Thursday night with Carter and Buzz, where we're going to be, I don't know what we're going to be talking about. Oh no, we're reviewing Tiger King. We're reviewing Tiger. I know it's not a horror movie, but she fed her husband to a fucking tiger and got away with it. If that's not worth you and me and Buzz reviewing, I don't know what is. And it's got a load of fucking hillbillies with a load of fucking shotguns who own 500 tigers.
You're not making it sound any better.
'Cause I love tigers. They understand.
Tell me that's not the theme song.
No, your man. Oh, sorry. Did I not tell you? The main guy is also a country western singer who exclusively sings about tigers and the fact that he's got like 3 husbands. Because I like tigers. And tigers love man.
I find the music disturbing.
That's not the whole music through it.
Oh, God.
It's a good night to start watching it, Buzz, because Willie O'Connor said it to me. I think there's some new episode coming out tonight that didn't get put in for some reason, and now it's coming out. I'd imagine because it's got a buttload of evidence proving that you're one fucking fed her husband to a fucking tiger. The one good thing about the documentary is they've evidently, she's there bitching about it going, I thought essentially your man went in to shoot this mini-series documentary about the fact that all these guys have tigers in captivity in America, blah, 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 blah. That was the vision for the documentary. But as he interviewed all of these people, all these extra stories started to crop up that he just ended up following. And she's there giving out, I was told this is going to be about saving the tigers and everything. And it really made me look like I fed my husband to a tiger. Oh, did it, Carol? Did it? Did it really? Is it because every time you were like, I didn't feed him to a tiger? And you did that fucking weird face that made you look guilty as sin? And she also acts like your man from Vivarium. I'm trying to loop this back into a fucking segue back out because I went down a dark hole.
I was wondering where the fuck you were going with that, all right? Because like 10 minutes ago we were
She's like your man from Vivarium. Like people will ask her, do you know what to be like? So you totally fed your husband to a tiger, did you? And she'd be like, no, I never fed my husband to a tiger. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm just going to go, Carol. All right, I'll talk to you later. Speaking of going, myself and the Giz are, as I said, we'll be back Thursday where we're going to be reviewing Tiger King. Buzz and Carter are going to be doing... I don't know what Buzz and Carter are going to be doing Tuesday. There was something, but I can't remember what it is. It'll be advertised tomorrow. So anyway, Buzz and Carter will be there Tuesday. We'll be back Thursday. Myself and Giz will be back Sunday. And other than that, go to American Horrors in an hour and a half. Here's the trailer for Vivarium from myself and the Giz. GoreCast. Oh, delay. Sorry, the trailer for Vivarium has disappeared on me. Fuck. Okay, anyway, for myself and the Giz, I got it now, it's okay. For myself and the Giz, GoreCast out.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Yonder, a wonderful development. It has all you'd need and all you'd want. Number 9. Number 9 is not a starter home. This house is forever.
Leave for a boy.
Do you have children?
No. It's not exactly what we're looking for.
That guy was so strange.
Yeah. Wait. No, I don't think this is the right way.
Yeah, this is the way we came in.
Number 9 again. Did we just do some kind of loop?
How have we just...
Want me to drive?
Such a jerk.
Because I think this is not possible. We can't make turns like this over and over.
We have gone this way, Tom. Oh my god.
What's happening? Maybe they'll let us go.
What if they don't come? What are we supposed to do? Should we just sit here and we wait to die? It's a boy.
Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Run to the locks and throw away the keys and
All we wanted was a home.
You are home.
You creepy little mutant.